This is a quick video about the final section of your investment proposal brainstorming. This section is all about cost, and just like the other sections, you'll notice that it says that all sections here, all these green sections, must be supported with evidence from the research to back how this will help the company. Money, cost, profit section of your research documentation sheet, which on your research documentation sheet looks like this. For this one, usually the majority of you will be good with two resources. Some of you may need more. If you feel like you can only find one, then that's a conversation that you need to make sure you have with your teacher. For this one and your cost, what you really want to consider are what are your goals? And how will the company know to trust this idea or this product? So some of you are going to have goals of keeping this affordable. Some of you are going to have goals about making sure that this makes as much money for the company as it possibly can. What you really want to do in that section is explain your goal and then how you're going to meet that. And because you want the company to make sure that they can trust whatever it is that you're putting together. So in your product idea section, you might have talked about those materials and potentially what each of those materials cost. That might help you to put together some kind of a proposal for what you think that this, individual item or the service, whatever it is going to cost in general. And so then you might be able to come up with something in that direction. For some of you, you've realized that there are certain portions of this that can be really expensive. And so maybe one of your goals is to use things from, recycled products to cut costs and things along those lines. But basically, what you need to know is for the goals section, no matter what you put and what you ultimately think that your cost for your product is going to be, you've got to make sure that you have something to support it. And that's where that research comes into play. The last section is how much potential profit will this generate for the company and in how much time. So one of the things that might be one of your goals is to keep something affordable. Well, if that's the case, it's possible that it's not going to, for each individual sale of the item or the service, make the company a lot of profit immediately. However, if it's going to reach a very large audience, that it's possible that over time, based on how many of these are sold or how many people purchase the service, that it could make the company a lot of money. You also may be looking at a good or a service that not a lot of people will buy, but you're looking at a really specific clientele. And if that's the case, then you may have a higher price or a higher profit margin, which just means that what it costs to make the product and what you're actually selling it for, there's a big difference between those things. You're making it cost a lot more than what it costs you. And if that's the case, then that could be something that is going to make the company money faster, because there's a larger profit margin. It could also be something that you really want to think about for both of these things. Is this product going to be something that people purchase more than once? Or is it something that people are going to purchase over and over throughout their lifetimes? And so all those should be factors that are considered. And again, you really want to make sure that you are supporting this with evidence. That should wrap up everything. If you get to this section and you feel like there's something that's missing, you are welcome to add it below, talk to a teacher about it, or revisit some of the sections above to make sure that this has a really thorough overview of your product.